Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. I want to talk about CJ32, and I'll be the first one to say I never watched his content, but I heard about what happened, and I waited a couple of days because 9 out of 10, you have people on social media, you have streamers that fake their, that they passed away. So I don't jump to every story on face value, but CJ32, he has a daughter. He has a woman, but the rumor has it that he has a felony. This is why I tell you guys, keep a clean criminal record. Nobody wants to talk about keeping a clean criminal record. But see, when you got a clean criminal record, guess what? You got your Second Amendment. You could bear arms. You could bear arms. So if an intruder want to run in your house and throw you a surprise party, but you got a clean criminal record, and you have a gun, you feel me, that's clean, guess what? It's time to clean up the bald-headed, receding hairline Mr. Clean. Follow the wordplay. If you got a clean criminal record and somebody that gave up on life because they got a receding hairline and they refuse to go to Turkey and they want to run up in your house cold and clean, it's okay to wipe him off of the ground like Mr. Clean. When it's all said and done, a righteous man should never fear a demon. People don't want to talk about it, especially in the melanated community. Everybody afraid on people on demon time. They're afraid of the K-Flocks. They afraid of everybody that's supposed to be out here thugging it and loving it. They afraid of the money bag yos. They afraid of the black youngsters. When it's all said and done, I don't care who it is. If you got a daughter and you actually live in the house with your daughter, notice I said, I'm not taking any cheap shots, but most guys don't live at home with their kids. Let's be real. You see what I'm saying? So for his new daughter that he just got, he's active in his new daughter life. So if you got a brand new daughter and you got a brand new woman and somebody that doesn't want to create YouTube want to hop in your house and try to steal from you, CJ32 is cool. I mean, he's cool, but see, this is where we have to stop, and this is why I got to make this video. Nobody in the suburbs has this, bro. This is only strictly hood, and some people are taught. I met a guy from South Central LA, so he gave me the information. He said he was taught by his OGs, you could leave the hood, but the hood would never leave you. Well, after CJ32, I think it's time for the hood to leave you, because if you have a fleet of 30 to 80 cars, and you have diamonds in your mouth, and you like to hang around melanated people that are unemployed, how is this going to end for you? Like, you have to use common sense. Now, growing up in the educational system, they said I had special needs. I don't think I got special needs. I could just see the world in real time, and I could see what's going on, and you can't fool me. You can't trick me. This is not inspiration. If you have diamonds in your mouth and you're around people that are unemployed, you're flexing. And when you're flexing, somebody gonna come and try you. That's just how it goes in the streets. Shout out to Baltimore City. I learned, you feel me? When it's all said and done, I mean, when you from the streets, if you know, you know. This is not inspiration. This is not motivation. This is called I'm flexing in your face. What you gonna do about it? And after a while, I was flexing in Baltimore City from 18 to 23, and somebody came and did something about it. So when it's all said and done, luckily for me, I didn't have to catch a body, but I joined the street strictly for women, strictly for, hot women, supermodels. So I never want to catch a body. I'll be the first one to tell you I never wanted to catch a body when I was out in the streets. Luckily for me, I didn't have to, but for CJ32, he has to, because you cannot be around melanated people with 20 exotic cars and you're not a real celebrity. YouTubers are not real celebrities. Streamers, YouTubers, we will never be on the pedestal that melanated people view people like Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington can have gold fronts, 32 cars, come through Harlem. Nobody's going to touch him. It's Denzel Washington. When it's all said and done, Samuel L. Jackson, Jamie Foxx, ain't nobody going to try them. Samuel L. Jackson's Jamie Foxx, but you're a YouTuber and you just started from the bottom to the top and you melanated and you not a celebrity. When it's all said and done, they going to come and see you. And I'm telling you guys, because when it's all said and done in the melanated community, they want you to just act like your community ain't violent. Matter of fact, let me take that back. One shot take. In the melanated community, you're supposed to focus on the white man being hyper violent to the point that you don't see your own kind as hyper violent. And that's how the mob and your own kind straight become hyper violent because you're not trained to see melanated people that look like you as hyper violent unless you're really in areas like Parkway Gardens or Old Block. Man, Parkway Gardens or Old Block, I don't care. In all of America, all 50 states, shout out to South Africa, but we're going to stay here in America. All 50 states, Dallas, Baltimore, Nebraska, Iowa, they got hoods in Iowa, shout out to Iowa. California, it's all the same, bro. People just got a different lingo, but it's all the same. You mean to tell me you got all these cars and you still hanging around people that's unemployed? You got all these cars and you still going to the club? When it's all said and done, CJ32, he's cool, but he's a follower. And this is where the video is going to get good. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume. He doesn't want to stand 10 toes down. And the thing about it is he's a felon, so he can't go to the suburbs. So when you get a record and you don't have a clean criminal record, you either got to live with your woman. And this is where things get tricky. This is why they promote hyper violence to the melanated culture, and they make these street guys seem cool because in a long term, they're trapped. CJ32 is checkmate in the Matrix. He's checkmate. He's a felon. When he goes to Bulgaria or out the country, they're like, no, you can't come here. You're a felon. So he has to stay in America and he can't go in the suburbs. Where else is he going to go? Exactly. He's going to be right in the hood with 40 cars, living a paid in full, money making Mitch Rico lifestyle. That's limited. I wouldn't take this lifestyle for nothing. But look at those Mopars in the back though. The Rango does look nice. The TRX does look nice, but I will only have these cars in the suburbs. I will never have this amount of exotics around people that's unemployed. I would not have these amount of exotics around victims. It's just a matter of time. Now, I don't know how long he's been on YouTube, but when it's all said and done, he's done well on YouTube. And when it's all said and done, it might be the end because he's a felon. You can't have a gun if you're a felon. That's how I know Lil Durk is the police, because a gun is not supposed to be in a car with a felon. It's not supposed to be in a house with a felon. And he seems cool, but he's limited. Most guys that live the street life, they have felonies. They're very limited, and you're not supposed to know they're limited. They're limited. This is why it's important that we tell young men, stop looking up to guys in the street. Stop looking up to the gold chains, the diamond tooth, and start looking at their freedom. CJ32 has no freedom. He has to live around the jackers, the robbers, and the stick-up boys. Or he has to put everything in his woman name. And if you put everything in your woman name, still, you can't get kicked out of the suburbs if they find out that you're living in their neighborhood and you got a felon that's unannounced. They've been trying to do this with Nicki Minaj's husband and kick him out of Calabasas. But Nicki Minaj, I guess he's holding on strong to her felon husband as well. But this is a reality. Not just melanated men, but this is just a reality because anybody can get a felon. Don't get it twisted. This is no race bait. But when it's all said and done, CJ32, I mean, the Mopars, I ain't gonna lie, anybody with a Mopar, shout out to the Mopars. I love Mopars, and look at that yellow one, that yellow Durango is tough. Look at that white Trackhawk, tough. We cannot deny that. It's crazy. Out of all them cars next to McLaren, look how the Mopar stand out. Look at that yellow Mopar. Now, let me get back to the message at hand, but shout out to the Mopar. Mopar or no car. And like I said, I shouted out CJ32 in my live because when you making millions and you still got Mopars, that's real. But I don't know how many kids he got. It's none of my business. Like I said, I never watch his content, but you got VVS diamonds in the hood. That's no good. Like, why do you have 100,000 on your neck, but you in an area where everything is just like you live with a woman? And this is a reality of it. This is why they promote thug culture. This is why they promote songs like Lil Durk. Lil Durk is a felon. Lil Durk can't even be around a gun. That's why he got to walk around with 1,000 security guards because he can't up the pole himself. I don't care what nobody say, bro. If you're a man, you got to be able to up the pole yourself. You can't have your brothers around you unless they sleep on your compound, unless they sleep on your property. If somebody break in your house, how can you call the cops? If somebody break in your house, how can you call your cousin? If somebody break in your house, unless your cousin lives on the property with you, you know what I mean? And if you're in that type of beef, it will be a smart idea. But when it's all said and done, you got all this money and you don't got nobody, you don't got no armed security. CJ32 is cap. He's all cap. You in that house and you got all this money and you ain't paying no shooter to protect your house that's unemployed. Listen, y'all can believe the lies all you want to. Melanated people think the white man is violent. That's why they dying. And that's why people getting hit up. Because you're not trained to see melanated people as hyper violent. I'm going to be the first one to tell you they hyper violent. They are hyper violent. And where do they learn it from? It's none of my business. But in the year 2025, are they hyper violent? Yes. And they don't want you to have anything unless you're Will Smith, Chris Rock, Jada Pinkett, Shaquille O'Neal. Only the D9 can have things. And D9, they not even wearing that. D9 ain't wearing no gold chains. They not running around with no VVS diamonds in their tooth. Their uniform. They have to look either educated or gold boots out. Rest in peace to Gayla Wilson. They either have to look educated or they got to wear their clothing for protection. Those 3 letters are a shield. It's a protection. Please don't touch us. Please don't harm us. Hyper-violent black man. We're the good guys. They're not the good guys. Rest in peace to Gayla Wilson. Everybody in the melanated community is scared. Low-key. They low-key scared. And they can't live around white people because the way the chessboard is set up, as soon as you get that felon, you can't come around Helen. Mr. Keep It Simple, say that one more time. The way the game is set up, and I got to share it with you guys that at 18, 19, 20, and you running around trying to be tough, once you get that felon, you can't live next door to Karen, and you can't live next door to Helen because you got that felon. So once you get that felon, it doesn't matter how many cars you got. It's just a matter of time before they come and try you, bro. You cannot have nice things around unemployed people who feel like victims. They feel like victims. They feel they're the bottom of the totem pole. They feel they're the bottom of the barrel. They feel they're in the bottom of the status quo. They just feel like they're the bottom, bro. You can't help a melanated person. You can't uplift their self-esteem. You cannot break them from the shackles that's been passed on from their grandparents to everybody. They're only allowed to have SEX, but outside of SEX in society, they don't feel good about themselves. So why would you bring around 30 to 50 to 80 supercars around people with low self-esteem? And I got to make this video because if not, you're going to think the white man is lynching people. Listen, when it's all said and done, lynching somebody as opposed to hitting them 22 times in their face, rest in peace of Young Dolph. What's worse, 22 times in the face or getting lynched? 22 times in the face, hands down. What are you, crazy? 22 times? That's an execution. Young Dolph is already gone. They hit him 22 times and left a message and then made a song called Stepped On. But they wanted to focus on the white man lynching somebody and no mixtape, no diss track. Come on, stop the nonsense, stop the cat. When it's all said and done, humans are naturally evil, naturally violent. But the problem with the world is a lot of people buy into race. So it makes things extra violent, extra dangerous. Because now not only are they naturally evil, that's why Jesus Christ was sent, but now you have a sprinkle of race on top of evil. So now it gets really real. So now the melanated man is already evil. He feels like I could destroy any other melanated man. But I can't go to the suburbs because I have limited thugging, limited Android jurisdiction, and that's what's happening. They're limited thugs. They don't go to the suburbs. They don't go to high-end neighborhoods. They don't go to country clubs. They don't go to tennis clubs. They don't go to badminton resorts. They don't do anything upscale. They're just thugging it and loving it in local neighborhoods, doing local crimes, gambling at local Airbnb parties. Rest in peace to Duke the Jeweler. And that's just how it is. And CJ 32, he think it's cool to wear diamond teeth and diamond chains and pop bottles around people that's unemployed. I mean, well, hey, it is what it is. I mean, it's the life that he chose. It's his life. I wish him the best. But just like what happened in Chicago, it's going to happen in Dallas. It's going to happen in, you feel me, the south side of Raleigh. I mean, it's going to happen It's going to happen in Baltimore City. Don't get it twisted. We was in Baltimore City. The majority of us drove Crown Vics, Buicks, you feel me, LeSabes. We drove, you feel me, cop cars. You feel me, wild trapping. I know it sounds crazy, but we drove Crown Vics. We drove Impalas. But the people, when I was in Baltimore City that had the Bentleys, it was a small hand group. It was a small group of guys. They even call themselves the Bentley Boys. You feel me? At the time, you feel me? Everybody, if you know the Bentley Boys, if you know JR, if you know, you know. But other than that, everybody in Baltimore City didn't have a Bentley. Everybody in Baltimore City didn't have a Lamborghini. So with that being said, nowadays, a lot of guys with social media, it opened the eyes to McLarens and British cars, Aston Martins that they were never exposed to. And I'm like, it's cool to get inspired, but you have to take that in areas that are upscale. Why was CJ32 not living in Brickell, Miami? Why was he not in Miami? Even though you're a felon, you're allowed to go to Miami. Why would you pick Texas over Miami? You think melanated people in Texas want to see you cop 80 cars? No. No way. But if CJ32 went to Miami, he would have been good. But that's the problem. They don't want to go in areas where it's not their own kind, because then they don't fit in, and then it goes back to the low self-esteem. So even though he has 80 cars, CJ32 has low self-esteem. And it shows, because one thing I can say about Wes Watson is in Miami. He's in a place where he can roam around free like a gorilla and have a good time, and ain't nobody gonna try him. How come CJ32 didn't do what Wes Watson did? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because Wes Watson is not black. So Wes Watson feels he could go anywhere. But CJ32, in his mind, he's black. So he feel like he can't go anywhere without his own people. And look what his own people did to him, and look what he did to his own people. This is another random Texas story reporting live from Channel 44 News. Let it breathe.